Hey guys, welcome to the channel, and what we are going to do today is talk about two very distinct yet unique headphones from Sony in their Pulse lineup of headphones. We have the Pulse Elite and the Pulse Explorer. So the Pulse Elite are the new headphones that Sony has recently announced in India. Depending on when you're watching this, they've been available internationally for a while, and the Pulse Explorer are basically a pair of TWS for gaming, and they are compatible with your PlayStation 5, with your PC, and they also support Bluetooth to connect to other devices. Now, there are two very unique things about these headphones when you compare them to other gaming headphones. Number one is that they are compatible with Sony's PlayStation Portal. Remember that when Sony announced the Portal, they did not give you Bluetooth connectivity, and if you needed to connect a pair of headphones, you had to connect one of these two because of Sony's PlayStation Link technology. They did get a bit of backlash back then. And the other reason is that they come with Planar Magnetic Drivers, which Sony acquired a company that makes planar drivers. And if you want to understand why this is such a big deal or why it's so cool that you're getting Planar Magnetic Drivers at this price point, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to make another video about that if that's something that you guys want. So let's quickly get started as to who these are for and which one should you consider in which case. Now, here's the short review if that's something that you're interested in. If you're someone that games for a very long time at a stretch, let's say at about more than 4 hours at a stretch, right? Then you should definitely go in for the Pulse Elite, simply because it has fantastic battery life. They are very comfortable to wear for long durations of use. They feel fairly light on your head, especially when you compare them to the old Pulse, which I have right here. These are the old, Pulse 3D headphones. These feel slightly heavier on the head compared to the Pulse Elite, and they have insane battery life. Like, I have gone for about 6-8 hours of playing. My DualSense has lost charge, but this one hasn't, and it comes with a very nice unique charging mechanism where it comes with a little bit of a hook where you could just hook it up this way. There is kind of like a sensor out here which connects to the hook which comes in the box, and it can just charge. So you can set up a permanent charging space for these headphones, so whenever you get into gaming, you're good to go. So it's nice that it comes with this kind of charging dock in the box. But if you are someone that plays for short bursts of gaming, let's say you play more on the Portal, or you play for, let's say, 2-3 hours at a stretch, you travel more with your gaming laptop, and that's where you play more. Let's say you're going on trips or whatever, and you don't want to carry a big pair of headphones with you, then the Pulse Explorer actually make a very good deal, because the battery life of the headphones themselves is for about 5 hours. A little less than 5 hours is what you can get, and the charging case can charge it up a few more times, and it has a USB-C port right here, so you could just plug it into charge and let it be. And they are extremely comfortable to wear for those bursts of gaming sessions of 3 to 4 hours, and of course they are compact enough that you can just throw them in your bag and carry them. So those are the use cases where you would go with one over the other. Let's say if you have another gaming console like the Nintendo Switch or an Xbox Series X. Well, for the Switch, you could actually connect this via Bluetooth to the Switch, and that should just work. But for the Xbox Series X, let's say if you, like me, you have both the consoles, then this headphone is not going to connect to the Xbox wirelessly. It does have 3.5mm connectivity, but it does not come with a 3.5mm cable in the box, which is a bit of a bummer. So yeah, if you're going to connect this to the Xbox, you need to buy a separate 3.5mm to 3.5mm cable, and then it should work just fine. I have really enjoyed gaming on these headphones. Now, what I'm going to talk about is my experience of both of these in a little more detail. So yeah, for those of you that came for the short review, longer gaming sessions, more sitting on the couch, need 3.5mm connectivity, go for the Pulse Elite. And if you're someone that's gaming more on the go or doesn't like to carry a pair of bulky headphones with you, play in short bursts, and hence battery life shouldn't be that big of an issue for you, then go for the Pulse Explorer. Now let's start with the details of the Pulse Elite, right? They are extremely comfortable to wear. If you've watched some of my videos, you know that I feel like I have unusually large ears, and these just tilt and turn and just fit very comfortable. Even the headband out here just fits really nicely for those long gaming sessions. It also has a mic for those of you that are interested in online gaming. The mic is fairly good. It's better than the original Pulse 3D that I have out here, and it gets the job done well for some calls as well, in case you've connected this to your smartphone. But I'm someone someone that mostly plays single player games, and for that I can tell you that the headphones sound very good. They have actually rich bass. Let's say a game like Dirt 5, for example, right? You have the grunt of the cars, or even in Gran Turismo, where you have this really great separation between the audio of the cars and the music in the background, or the noise of the tracks that's coming, or even in a game like God of War, where you have these really nice action set pieces, or even the opening sequence of Marvel Spider-Man, right? All of these sound really good. The headphones pack in a fairly decent amount of bass. They have great channel separation, and if you're someone that is used to playing with the 3D audio, let's say you can make out the different height channels when it comes to 3D audio, then these are going to get the job done really well. They do have kind of a foamy ear caps out here, which would probably get spoiled in the long run. It's not exactly the best material we've seen out there, but it gets the job done quite well, especially when you consider that these Pulse 3D headphones of mine are a few years old and they're still very well maintained. I mean, I'm someone that games with headphones a lot more because I have small kids in the house. They're sleeping or something else is going on. People in the house don't want to get disturbed. So by those logics, I do play with headphones a lot more than I do play without headphones. So considering that, these are extremely comfortable. And one of the problems that I had with the Pulse 3D was this design, right? Like the C design out here, it never really told you which side is front and back. I really had to look for the left and right to know that, the arch should be in the front. But I think that design change is very prominent with the Pulse Elite. So you know which way is front almost immediately once you pick up the headphones. Surprisingly, I watched some Netflix and Apple TV and Prime videos as well using these headphones connected to the PlayStation 5, and the audio output was fantastic. Let's take Spider-Man Homecoming is something that I saw, or even Tom Cruise's Top Gun Maverick on Netflix, right? So the swishes of the planes, the channel separation, the depth of the bass when the planes are taking off in those dog fighting sequences are all very good. But then on the Apple TV app, I saw a movie like Ready Player One, and that that race at the 13-minute mark has some really great punches, and there I felt the bass in these headphones was a little lacking. Same thing with music, right? They're not exactly the best tuned for music, but they do get the job done. Similarly, how the 1000 XM5s, which are a pair of regular headphones, aren't exactly the best for gaming, but they get the job done. I have that video live on the channel. You guys can go and check it out if the XM5s are a great pair of headphones for gaming. Similarly, these are very good for music. Sure, they may not sound the best if you're into very specific genres, and there you may want a dedicated pair of headphones for your music and movie consumption. But if you're looking for an overall all-rounder pair of headphones that get the job done with great battery life, great performance, and gaming is your priority and everything else is a bit secondary, then you can consider these. Now, both the headphones do come with a dongle in the box that connects to your PlayStation 5 and the PC, and the reason I have two dongles here is because one is my old Pulse 3D dongle, and as you can see, the size of the dongle has shrunken considerably, and the biggest distinguishing is the link icon that's there, along with some more textured PlayStation face button controllers. Kind of like this really nice glossy finish out here. It's a little more compact. It's USB-A, so if you're someone that has the PS5 Slim, then you just have the USB-C ports up front. So that's something to keep in mind. I have the old fat PS5, so I can just plug these into the front and it makes life fairly simple. So both the headsets come with a dongle. If there's any con that I would have to say about these, is probably the color. I mean, this is going to get dirty really fast, and the cushions, though they're very good, they're very comfortable, the longevity is something that's going to depend on how well you take care of these headphones, because like I said, I've had the Pulse 3D headphones for a very long time. Almost a little after they launched in India is when I got them, and they're still rocking, and these are my primary headphones for gaming, be it on the PS5 or the Xbox. So I think that you maintain your headphones, they are going to last you for a very long time. And of course, yes, last but not the least, they connect wirelessly to the PlayStation Portal. That also makes life really simple if you're someone that's gaming in bed and wants the headphone experience. But for that, I actually prefer the Pulse Explorer. So let's actually quickly move to the Explorers. Now, these are the old WF1000 XM4s, not the XM5s. The XM5s are the new ones. And as you can see, these were anyways fairly big and bulky when compared to, let's say, what the AirPods offer, or what some of the other premium TWS brands offer, and you can just make out the size difference out here. I mean, these are huge. They're not going to fit in your jeans pocket easily. That's one of the that's probably the only con I have with this, is how big the case is. and you're going to have to throw this in your backpack rather than put this in your pocket. They have a really satisfying click too. You know, they have this really satisfying click when you open and close them. They feel very, very premium. And for someone like me, I'm actually just going to put on one of these and show it to you. I'm probably going to show you footage if I've recorded, is that they are extremely comfortable. Now, if you've seen some of my TWS reviews, you know that I'm someone that has ear canals which are slightly big for most medium-sized tips that come in boxes. And you know, the large doesn't really fit well, but the medium may feel too small at times for me. So I'm really actually glad to say that the tips that come out of the box on these TWS are very comfortable. Now, a beauty of planar magnetic drivers is the better the seal, because remember, none of these headphones, neither the Explorer nor the Elite, are noise cancelling. They only have passive noise cancelling, which is fairly good enough in my opinion. But the Explorers are actually very good, because once you get that tight seal fit, the bass that comes when you are even when you're listening to music, watching movies, and especially when you're playing games, can give the Pulse Elite a run for its money. That's how good the TWS are. I mean, I was actually blown away by their performance, to the point where I pulled out my old XM4s to listen to music. I pulled up the AirPods Pros to listen to some music, and even my XM5s. And yes, while the XM5s are the pinnacle of performance when it comes to bass response for both movies and music, these were the close second in that entire list of headphones that I saw. So if you're looking for a better all-rounder, and like I said, the point with these TWS is that because they are in ears, because their battery life is approximately 5 hours on a single charge, you can not play longer than that duration, and you have to go back and put these to charge for a bit. Also, I'm someone that when I wear TWSs, I cannot wear them for a very long duration at a go. So I actually prefer, when I'm using these, especially when I'm playing them with the PlayStation Portal, right? So I play for like 2-3 hours, and then I put everything back to charge. The battery life on this is something that we'll talk about when I do a bit of a review on the Portal as well. But I was really surprised. Like, if there is one con that I can think of for these, the TWS themselves, is that they have a little link button out here, which you actually don't need to use if you use the PlayStation link button, which is in the housing itself to connect it to the Portal. But it does have a very small volume rocker here on the top, and when you connect it and you try to press the volume button, it kind of really moves the TWS in a way which you have to kind of readjust them. So I prefer to going into the settings of the PS5 and then reducing or increasing the volume, which can be a bit of a bummer. But on the Portal, all you need to do is press the volume rocker out here, and that gets the job done. So yeah, I mean, I was really pleasantly surprised as to see how good these are. One more thing is that the planar magnetic drivers actually need a bit more power to give you that audio output. So even when you've connected these via 3.5mm, you do need to power them on so that you can actually get the best output. And in some cases, you might feel that the volume is slightly lower than other headphones in the same category or the same price range, but that's something you kind of get used to. So just to give you a simple example, is on the Pulse 3D, I keep the volume at about 50 to 60% to get that perfect sweet spot of good audio, and I can still make out what's happening around me. But on the Pulse Elite, I had to actually keep it at 70-80% to get, you know, good audio and actually be able to hear the little, you know, the softer sounds in the environments in the games that I was playing. Similarly for these, when I was playing with these, especially on the PlayStation Portal, I was surprised that I had to keep the volume at a whopping 100%. There are no headphones that I have used with the Portal, especially wired ones, where I have kept everything at 100%. So yeah, a little surprised that I had to keep the volume of this at 100% just to be able to get the best experience overall. So there you have it, guys. That was my review of the Pulse Elite and the Pulse Explorer. Depending on when you are watching this, the Pulse Explorers are priced at about 19,000 rupees, which makes them fairly premium, and it's kind of an investment. So this is a better option if you're someone that needs a pair of TWS for watching movies, listening to music, and gaming is your top priority, and you need something on the go. Yes, they are a bit bulky. Yes, the volume rocker on each headset is a bit cumbersome, but all those cons are absolutely acceptable, especially when you consider how awesome these are when playing games in short bursts. The battery life is about 5 odd hours, you know, using these, but then the case can charge them up a bit more. Coming up to the Pulse Elites, I think these are really good. If I had to pick one of the two, I'd go for these simply because they are more comfortable for longer duration of use. The passive noise cancellation is also fairly good, and this whole charging dock kind of a thing, right? I mean, I know you may have to create some space on your wall to stick, or to put up the little charging dock and then connect it via USB-C somewhere, but yeah, the convenience of that is just like tossing your TWS in a case overall. Now, there are a lot of other third-party headphones that you can buy, even from, let's say, from Logitech, from Razer, from HyperX. A lot of them are great if you're someone that's a couch gamer, or if you have a PC setup where you are going to do it. Yes, the dongle does work with PCs as well, but Sony's unique proposition with these headphones is the compatibility with the Portal, and I'm someone that's been gaming a lot more on the Portal than on the console, because when my kids are home, they want to watch TV, and then I have to eventually sit literally right here while they're on the couch watching the TV and I'm playing on the Portal, and that is when it makes using these headphones with the Portal a lot more fun. Just dedicatedly to take with my Portal, I have a pair of CCA PLA2s, which are also planar magnetic TWSs, but they're wired with 3.5 mm. For 2,000 rupees, those TWSs are absolutely fantastic, and they're always in the little pouch in which my Portal sits. And yes, once you get that good seal is when you can actually enjoy the bass that you can get from TWSs that have planar magnetic drivers. That's really definitely something worth considering and researching into if you're in the market to buy a new pair of headphones. So there you have it, guys. That was my review of the PULSE Elite and the PULSE Explorer. I hope you guys know which one to buy it. Just a quick summary: if you're not a Portal player, you want to be a part of the PlayStation ecosystem, PlayStation also has their in-zone headphones. I believe the H3 or the H5s, I actually have those open out here. Which ones I would kind of recommend. Okay, I closed the tab, sorry, but they have the ones which are priced at about 13,000 rupees. I think it's the H5s if I'm not mistaken. The H5s are great if you want, a dedicated mic that comes down. You want the XM5 kind of a feel with how the headphones fit on you. But if you're more into the PlayStation ecosystem, the Pulse 3D, as of me making this video, are priced at about 8 to 9,000 rupees. Great pair of headphones under 10K. Have a nice seal, have a nice fit, have very good audio quality. But yeah, you do make out the difference and the upgrade, because the Pulse Elites right now are priced at about 12,000 rupees, and for 12,000 rupees, I think they give you a fantastic value, especially future proofing with PlayStation Link. If Sony continues with this technology in the future, so you will be able to connect wirelessly to Sony's future devices. And yes, if you are on the go, then these are very premium, a little shy of 20,000 rupees for the TWS. So this is for a very nicher audience than the headphones, because you want these on the go. They are more for people who would, like me, let's say, who would play more on the Portal, and yeah, you are kind of closed off to devices with either Bluetooth or PlayStation Link, because for Xbox, there is no way to connect these, whereas the Pulse Elites have a 3.5 mm port, but they don't come with a cable in the box. So there you have it, guys. That was my review. As always, you can let me know what you thought of this video in the comment section below. I will catch you in another video. It's goodbye for now.